this is the Breakfast Party, Mars versus Venus on a Friday 14th. Am I correct? 14 June 2019. Rody, Nikki, Jaiga. I didn't get the memo. I see all they blue in, all they repping for. All they from LA.
Maljo.
Yeah, from LA?
Maljo Blue. Yeah. All right. What are you doing?
Trying to do something.
Should I call the
Where's that?
999?
Where's the man?
You looking like...
She's looking like your epilepsy, yeah?
Yes, that's what I wonder. You need a spoon, something? No?
Show you what you put on it. You look like your epilepsy.
All right, guys. Of course, this is Mars versus Venus, where we bring couples closer together, we drive them apart. And keeping with our June... Oh, I didn't welcome the beautiful ladies. I welcome the ladies, the mothers, the nurturers. Good morning, my gladiators. I know you have to put on your shield and face the world every day. And we welcome our Spartans. Spartans, yeah. The men, the providers, the daddies. Yeah, and as it's Father's Day, focusing on family today. Talking about that blended family, you know, that's more the topic today. All the different types of families and how do you make it work, you know? So as you say,
And there's plenty unique situations that we will
plenty
get
unique
into.
situations. I picture a woman, maybe she was married before, had 2 children, meet a man now who has maybe
5.
2 other children with 2 different child mothers, and then they get together and make 2 of their own, and all the complications that can happen with raising children.
Like for instance, you're in a
trying
situation
to
where
raise them equally.
where especially, and it all boils down to age too sometimes. You found a new relationship with someone who has a 10 and 7-year-old, right? Fall in love, everything nice. You now have like a 5-year-old, so you try to blend it, but the 10-year-old is for the guy, right? And she's very defiant, like super defiant.
Ooh.
And tells the mother very disrespectful stuff.
Oh yeah, like you's not my mother.
You can't tell me nothing. It's not my mother. To talk to me. Tell me nothing.
Lord, no, why I'm Auntie Nikki.
Especially if they boss up while the mom and the father was together.
You know, kids have issues. And
You will get that.
Yes,
You
you
tell
will
me
get
nothing.
that. You will get
How
that.
does one cope in a situation where
Oh, you go on 10. What about when they're about 13, 14 and giving you real tooth?
I was trying to be very PC here
Ah,
because at
that.
14 now, a 14-year-old
Slamming
girl
door
could
thing,
slam and do alone.
Yeah.
14-year-old girl, somebody going on her life. At 14, they're going on her life.
Yeah.
They're going on her life, buddy.
And not only that, but you know that they reported everything back to mommy, their original mom, and it
And I'm manipulative
gets
too,
very-
They
oh,
will
yeah.
go with stories and say, Mommy, you know what she told me? And
Mommy, you know what she gave me for breakfast?
Or
Pizza.
ain't give me nothing at all.
What's
Days now
wrong
I
with
need.
pizza. Me eat it last night. What's wrong with it this morning?
And days now I need. I could never get nothing to eat. She's only feed her little child and don't give me nothing. Happens.
Morning, Odessa. Odessa will be at the graduation today at Harry's Water Park. Can't wait to see Auntie Nikki. Oh, nice. You have a great day. Congratulations.
Who is that? Who is that? No.
If it's a hit single, boy, where's that?
Linda
No.
says she'll be here for the play. Great, Linda. Great is the art form. Blessed morning, Ojo family, and happy Father's Day to Jaiga, Rudy, and Ro. John says, morning, Jaiga, no.
Feel like you man a little ear, boy.
No, sir.
Next thing we have to
No,
say,
why-
oh, your mother. No,
No,
no.
sir.
Nah, man, they have a certain order. They have order, man.
Morning breakfast party. So T, what you telling yourself, boy? Raptors all the way, boy. Triangle.
Triangle.
All right, guys, so we're kicking off Mars versus Venus.
Good morning, Auntie Nikki.
Hey, twins.
In unison.
You don't have to play it again.
Good morning, Auntie Nikki.
In unison.
Oh,
In
sweet.
unison. In unison.
Good morning, Nikki, Jaiga, Rudy. Jaiga, not cutting out for us. You listen to the news with the group of people were making a little bacchanal by the oval, who saying send them back and all kind of thing. But you know, if you listen to that man's voice, I thought it was you, you know. It sounds just like you, you know.
You was in front of over last
No,
night,
sir. No, sir. No, sir. No,
Let me-
sir.
Let me know, you know.
No, sir. I know not what you speak of, and I was nowhere in the vicinity of the Oval last night.
Oh, Jaiga, morning to the breakfast party.
Morning, John.
Enjoy your day. I hope you have a good Father's Day to all the fathers for the world. Morning.
Yeah, my brother.
Thank you, John.
Yeah, my brother.
I just want to wish my loves Michaela and Maya and the love of my life, Kun, a blessed morning. Love in the air, boy. All right, so
I wonder if them ladies will send love to the father for book of love on Sunday. To the significant other. I want to see how much fathers going to get big up.
Big up. Yeah, that's the Father's Day edition.
Yeah.
Rudy, Jaiga,
Oh.
Nikki, Raw. They are called sugar babies.
Oh,
You go on the website, you go online, and then check them out. They are called sugar babies. Whether it's from a sugar daddy or sugar mommy, they are called sugar babies.
Okay.
Ojo to the world, Brooklyn checking in. Big up all yourself.
morning.
Have a website?
To become a sugar baby, I guess that's where you pop yourself as a sugar baby. Somebody looking for someone to mind you.
Right.
I want to know why the Veni
Right.
women are a threat to Trini women and the Veni men aren't a threat to Trini men.
Go to insecure.
Yeah,
That's what it is. They're afraid to have an extended family. Yeah, that's what it is.
Can
That's
you
what it
further
is.
explain?
I
Rudy?
want them to. All that
They're
working.
afraid. They don't want
Who's
Trini men.
afraid?
They don't want Trini women.
Trini women are afraid.
Yeah, they don't want the men around Venezuelan women. Even though they're here a long time,
Because they're insecure.
Yeah, because they're insecure and they don't want to risk having an extended family.
Oh, okay.
Risk.
You know what I mean?
I saw a comment yesterday which was interesting. A man told a Trini woman, "Hey, looking best. You're looking like them Venny and them." So,
Wow.
what that mean?
I thought this is back.
Damn.
Damn.
You're looking best. You're looking like them Venny and them. So,
Me personally, me don't find them Venny and them just look better than Trini women. That is me.
well, I guess it's your personal
understand?
taste. I mean, they have some
No, it's
beautiful
not this-
women.
it's
I
not
wouldn't
this
lie.
beautiful
Women
have
around
this
the world.
They
stigma.
have some boomsy I have been seeing out there. I ain't
So,
gonna lie.
The thing I know way in the world, even though I travel a lot, but look better than a Trini woman. Huh?
See, I Trini women get everything, but you see, it's a different culture.
Men get caught up in the whole stigma, light skin and big boom boom and big
The
breasts
hair
and well, especially the hair.
Are you going off
Oh,
topic?
God,
here?
all of them just look the same.
I know it's just one of our callers,
We're
Texas.
going off topic. We
Well,
ain't
I
talking
must
about
be
them
same.
right now.
When we say
Talking
blended
about the-
family, we're not talking about the
We're not
Venezuela.
talking about them. We're talking about, we're trying to see, because I'm sure right now there's a family who's going through a struggle, trying to blend. Making sure that everything runs smoothly. Because
To blend.
and what about the instance now? Let's throw we're making a calorie, throw things in the pot. You have a blended family, you've been functioning for a while. Like, let's say for instance, you have one kid, your significant other has one kid, you all merge, everything is going smooth, and somewhere inside of that, a next child is born. Not from you guys, but from outside.
So the man went on the outside. He make actually bring it on the
Inside.
inside.
Yeah.
Then it start to blend up. Like we're talking about.
Yes, that.
All right.
It happens.
Morning,
Of course it
guys.
does.
Happy early Father's Day to all the Ojo dads. And yes, Jaiga, I will be sending love to my dad on Sunday because he will be locked on in River Estate. Big up Estate.
Hey, big up the university team.
Big up.
So we're saying how it would work. How would it work?
No, because there are instances where in relationships people claim to accept the situation. You hear it all the time. This is not a one-off thing. That happens all the time. Guys have relations with someone outside, a child is born. And in trying to be a man up to it, they explain to the significant other, listen, this was the situation, blah, 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 blah. Bam, nobody bust up, everybody, yeah, we together. But then it comes that other bridge to cross, the merging of the children. Normally what happens, and this is like, this is tested and proven, like 6 out of 10 times, the women don't accept the merging. They say, okay, yeah, the child, cool. But in their mind, they want the
So
child
this is bringing a
to
horned
disappear.
child into...
Why you have to go in and use such derogatory terms?
Like a
God,
triangle.
nah, Nikki, nah.
Oh, God.
Nah, his children, man. Come on, man.
gosh.
Why you always say
That
that?
is what I'm trying to understand because it have
gosh.
many dynamics. So you're saying that if you horn and you make a child, you're bringing it into relationship.
God, yeah,
Thank
but-
you. I'm just trying to
Yeah,
understand.
but oh God, it's not
But
that.
But you
child
going
never
wrong the way
horn.
a
road.
horning
I
child.
never
What's a
said
horning
child.
child?
Hi.
Oh,
I
gosh.
just explained that you went outside your horn and you make a child.
No, you don't have to say it so. What is
But
a
I just
horning
break it
child?
down for people who didn't understand because I didn't personally understand what you saying, Damos. So it have people out there who are not bilingual and I just break it down.
Almost reaching it, man.
How dumb was you chilling?
Because it's Friday.
You had
alright?
relations
Anything.
outside of your relationship and a child was spawned. Look how nice that sound. How you don't understand that? And I is the dumbest. And you can't understand that as
didn't
simple as it is.
understand. I
How you
didn't
understand? You went on your horny girl and you make a dice for early like.
Yeah, that's what I understand.
You
Come
see?
Come
on. That isn't how it, that is not how it's supposed to be, Nicole. That is where the problem starts. The tone of the conversation. It
You
was,
should have never got on horn in the first
see,
place.
The tone.
That is where the thing starts, especially when all you have children.
The tone.
Morning, Ojo, morning, Dr. Jaiga.
Dr. Jaiga.
Nikki. Yeah, that's a joke now. If all you want to know about blended family and thing, it have a perfect documentary going on right now in Queens Hall. The Cavallo fella, you name it, Taxi Cab Confessions. All you need to go and see that play. Highly recommended. Typical.
All right.
Typical bacchanal, right?
Again, guys, please do not be drawn in to Nicole's propaganda and ignorance.
What stupidness you talking?
With this, if you tone it down, we can.
What
we
tone
can
it down?
all
How
live-
do you tone down when a child born outside a relationship?
You say
How
see
you
that
just tone that down?
I mean, this lady from
You
is Love and Hip Hop. She was dealing with a similar situation, right?
plenty of people deal with situations
Yeah,
like
but
that.
she was dealing with it publicly.
All I'm saying is,
Always
understand?
go outside and make children and don't think of the consequences. You know much.
Yeah, but we
You know
didn't-
much hurt that has
That
caused.
wasn't the plan.
yes,
though.
it could, but
It-
exactly.
Many
not
women will
happening.
say, "Go outside, do your thing," but don't be making children all over the
It
place.
wasn't the plan.
Right, that yes, but sometimes Nicole, it happens. Sometimes you might leave home, Nikki. You leave home this morning to go and eat doubles. No, you're passing it, see a double cat. A man crack
Wait.
about.
I end up eating some doubles. I didn't
Many
need a
mornings,
double.
Wait,
Nicole.
wait,
you
wait.
call your gym
I
clothes.
love men.
Hold on, let me finish. Let me
I said,
finish.
I'm
Could I
like, "Sweat
finish?
right there."
Nicole, have you ever
I can't.
lace up your sneaker, put on a tights and a night top, and say you're going to the gym?
Yes.
On the way to the gym, you pass on the
can't lie,
avenue,
'cause
you
Rudy's
see
here.
sauce crack the bucket and see the
And
smoke
I say, "Rudy,
emanating
stop!"
from the bucket and say stop.
Yeah.
Did you leave home and plant the doubles?
No.
Thank you very much. So now using that the tone is what I might have a problem with. Your tone, Nicole. Not everything you have to speak on it with such arrogance. But you leave home and you better take. No. Because the act wasn't like that. I'm sure he didn't leave home. I'm going to jam outside. No.
Oh, he just
Went
and see
out.
Tripping a
and
hole.
see China.
Trip.
No,
He
you're
went-
trying to trivialize it, Nicole.
He
It's
went
children
and
we're
just so
talking
you see
about.
China with a little cucumber and a little sweet sauce on the side.
It so happened.
It so happened. What had happened was
It so happened there was a moment, and in that moment of weakness, it happened.
we use a
and
blender.
A child
Use a blender.
was spawned.
All right.
And in doing so, he came back home and explained and was like, listen, this and this happened, and the young lady is now carrying a child. I'm telling you this,
Up
and we
front.
need to deal with this.
You had to give him props for
You in return
letting you know up front too.
said, after you wheel up and thing, Rudy, you boil down and they say, okay, that is the situation, we're going to deal with it. All right, that's the situation, we're going to deal with it. What is them doing here?
Somebody breaking up.
Please, come, let's tell you something real quick. Let's go.
Talking about sauce.
Yeah, you understand?
Yeah.
So with that, now you explain, and she flare up and thing, and then it boiled down to, okay, so what are we going to do? Well, the young lady's having a child. Fine. You accept that, you move on. Then, what normally happens is that you try to put on these blinkers now and pretend like the child is not there. But the child is now a breathing, living human being and needs love.
Yeah. So, and then, as you say, many times, some people try to hide it. Say, well, 25, meeting your brother, hey.
Yeah, well, that one.
Rude, yeah.
I ain't talking for the hiders.
Right.
I'm not
We're
speaking
not
on
talking
behalf
about
of
the
hiders
hiders.
today.
We're talking about the blenders.
We are speaking
today.
about on behalf of the men who own up to the situation and facing it
and
to
they
their
come
own.
back home now and they say, hun, we
This
gotta
is the
talk.
situation. We
Yeah,
had to
you
talk.
own up, you own
In
up,
that
you own up.
moment,
Because
if
that's
you
the
have your-
only time men is own up Men will never own up to, I hear you was cheating. Somebody tell me they see you down the road. Me? They will never own
That's
up.
not true. That's not true.
Right? But when you bring a child home, this is basically it saying, well, I had to own up to this, right? So
I run for my child.
Yeah, you can run. Well, many do. And you come home now and you have that, you're going to have this blended conversation with your spouse. Because there's work both ways. I've seen it with women who went
Pregnant.
outside of the relationship, had a fling, got pregnant.
I'd have to come and say I'm pregnant.
Pregnant.
And
right?
he know one day, you're pregnant, but we ain't having a while.
But I impotent. Hold
It
up.
happens. It happens.
All right, so it can happen from both sides, and that blending takes real maturity.
But I'm saying if you're mature enough, right, in that conversation, Nicole, for whatever reason, to say yes, we going through. That's what you did, you're vexed or whatever, so you're trying to build your way back to some sort of understanding. We know it will never be 100 again because
Especially if you have children in the relationship
right.
too.
It will never be 100 again, right? So I am saying, when you've accepted it there,
I think
you
it's worse
should.
if you don't have children.
You should, yeah.
Huh?
Worse if you don't have
I think
children.
if you're worse if you don't
I think
have
it worse.
children.
I think if you're with someone, Nikki, and you go outside and do something wrong and you come and spawn a child and she don't have no children, I think that worse.
It even gets a step further when she can't have children.
Oh, yeah.
nah.
Oh, my God.
Of course, I've always had problems with children, etc. Having children, and when many women go through those problems, many women,
Yeah, tons.
and they also go through that guilt when a woman cannot produce for a man. Right?
Yeah, they feel less than.
And the fact then you come home and say we're going to blend.
Yeah.
Right?
Jerry, yeah, Nikki, Jerry.
Where he come on from? All right, Jaiga, let's say it's a woman that cheated and she bring in a new son that resembles the outside man. Could you accept that?
Well, I'm saying, I didn't finish the point. I'm saying if you accept the conversation, you as a grown individual need to know, it's like, if you accept the horse, you have to take the carriage. You cannot say, as a man and all, me and all, I tell you all the street, this is me. If that's the case with me and I say up front, I'm staying with you, that child could look like the man 1,000 times.
Yeah.
I don't tell you I'm staying with you, I'm going down hard.
But that is so much easier said
No. You have an option in the moment to say, hey, I love you and all, but I cannot deal with that.
No, I'm saying that many times many women or men will say, all right, let's work this out. But I'm saying during that time, you will have your moment.
It will have ups and downs, definitely.
Yeah.
It will have ups and downs, but you as an adult,
you look like Marlon.
Hey, I don't know. Maybe I have a soft spot.
Just like Marlon.
Maybe my downfall is a soft spot for children. If I tell you I accept you, but then you have child involved, I have to put my ego aside, I have to put my feelings aside and think about each other. Because that small man, he could be looking like his father, but at the end of the day, he never do nothing wrong, boss. It's my responsibility to give him a good life.
Agreed. What if the child look like Charles?
I mean,
like he's a good friend of yours.
Still same difference. The
I
child
think
do
it'll be
nothing. It might be hard, but if I make the decision to do it, bro, I have to do it. And it's a child.
I was told with age brings wisdom. My mom and stepdad currently live with me. And yesterday, my dad came to visit me from Trinidad and we're all staying at the same house. Today, I'm at work and my dad is on a trip with my stepfather.
Nice one.
Of course.
Nice one. That vibes.
Again,
of course.
but I like that age brings reason.
Of
because, again, when you can't say like a 26-year-old woman, she hot.
Nah, you're going and quarrel and act stupid.
And quarrel.
You're going and act the fool. At 26, you're going and act the fool.
That's what happens many times, and men too.
Yeah, both
many
sides.
times with when they're using the kids as the pawn. That's where all that.
That's ego and insecurities and immaturity.
We have to let that go, guys. But you know what you put in your baggage on your children now.
No, but you know what people
because
forget?
Because when you sit down and you bad talk their father in front of them to the lowest level and drop them in a drain, and women have said the worst things about the men in front of their children.
True.
It does damage to the child because now she going to have daddy issues. She going to have all the trust issues with men.
Not only that,
trickles down,
well,
guys.
you know, people forget my biggest pet peeve with human beings. Time is something that's past dread. Children will get big. And God forbid you bad talk to man, you do all of this, right? And something come and happen to you when your child now is like 35 and you in your older years and something happened to you. And that same child who you see all kind of thing, you're hoping that they come and they turn and they watch you and tell you, No. I need to spend some time with my father. No, you take away 20 years of my life from my father. Let me go and spend. Come on.
Exactly.
And then you want to feel bad.
My father.
And you know what, too? Kids grow up, because there's the perfect story here. My dad has kids outside. I'm the first and my sister's the last. So what that means is, in between us, he horned my mother 4 times.
Wow.
So he made 4 children between the 2 of them. But we're all grown up now and we all get along great. And I realized that with my father. It's 9 of us. My father was married 3 times. And there were 2 in between marriages. So it's 9 of us in all.
Wow, you get
right?
He's a Chinese too. So
He's a Chinese.
Remember he's real ginseng and thing. Ginseng too. Ginseng. Yeah, ginseng.
So,
Ginseng.
the mothers never got along.
All of this, she father.
Calm down. Roddy, calm down.
Nikki, your father jam all day.
So the wives never got along. Of course,
That's normally the
because
case.
the first marriage wife, and then my mom was the second marriage wife, and then there was a third marriage, and then of course
That
one
would
between
be a
the
scene.
first and second marriage, and
You
then
real
was
walk down aisle, boy.
there was one
Lord.
between the second and. But you know what?
How much suit he buy? And if he use the same suit all the time, I buy new one every time. Same jacket, same blazer. I just want to know.
Yes, 9 of us.
Yeah, but is he same blazer he use or he change blazer? I don't know.
Right? The wives never blended, but the children.
Peter
did.
Elias or
What time you say I do?
The wives never blended, but the children did. Like, and it's because we get old and realize we have brothers and sisters out there, and you want to know them and you reach out to them and everybody good. But again, the mothers are the ones who always had the issues. But
Always.
daddy loved all his
Because-
wives. They tell all of them, I loved you all.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that, you know.
But
But
that's-
I think females will always want that nuclear family.
Of course. It's
You know?
Because
they want that.
You know why?
They
Because
want
that is what was
pictured
instilled.
as the
That is
perfect
was instilled in everybody
family.
from the beginning of time.
we're going back to Cinderella and Snow White and them stories.
Those things
That
were
is
stories
what we are
created,
taught.
Mm-hmm.
That a prince have to come. He's going to sweep us off our feet. We're going to make 2 children with a picket fence and a dog,
But
and
you know,
we're
in
going to live
history-
happily ever after.
If you study history, there was never nuclear families. In the days of when it had pharaohs and things, there was never nuclear family. It was a man running whatever. Never nuclear. Those stories was created.
Yeah.
Those things that was created.
The Asian emperor that we
Oh
spoke
God,
about.
Nikki, you know how the thing goes. Sometimes when it's raining, you still use an umbrella and your foot does get wet, man. Oh God,
Damn.
we are blind now.
All right. So
go on, eh?
sometimes it
go on.
rains, you use your umbrella, but your foot does still get
I
wet.
gone.
I love it.
I
just
gone.
love that energy.
I gone.
Allergy, this one.
I gone.
Sometimes your foot does get wet.
My
How
foot in
am I
a
going to
puddle.
argue with he?
My
How
shirt
can
dry,
I
you know.
argue with that man?
My shirt dry.
He did try. He knew it was going to rain. He went
What?
with his umbrella, but his foot still get wet and mess up my carpet.
You know, Trinidad road is in your crossing, you have a big draining tongue. Sometimes your shoes will get wet. All your socks okay, you walk in and squeak.
Jaiga, why are you making children sound like tadpole? Oh, they were spawned. No, they were conceived.
Oh, conceive is the politically correct term, but you know what I mean.
Tadpole.
Jaiga, you see that element thing you're trying to give us there about that one time? Most of the times it's not one time. It's a continuous outside relationship they're having, and she get catch. Right? So they just feel as they have no consequences for their actions, which it's an innocent child, yes, we understand that. But that pain, as we as women just feel, and remembering that every time we see that child, it is really hard. It is hard. It's not something that we could just get over. It's something over a period of time. But don't say it's a one-time thing and she get catch. No, it's something that has been happening on the outside for the longest while, and she happened to catch. They know exactly what it was doing.
That is like Wendy Williams. I like Wendy Williams' situation.
Honey, I hear the pain in your voice, but at the end of the day, right? I hear the pain and I understand the pain that women feel. Don't get me wrong, you know, always like to come and chastise me. I understand the pain, but I live in a black and white world where there is choice. If you cannot handle it and you say you don't know part of it, as women, because I've seen it happen. You know, women I know I grew up with in my life who end up in situations and say, hey, see that? Cool, I can handle that and go away, bro. They go their way and they live their lives.
Once you make that
but
decision
when
to
you
stay,
sit down and you say, listen,
it's a different
I
story.
am staying in this, you have to have your back have to be broad. If you know your back in broad, it come like if you know you cannot box, why you going in a ring?
Yeah.
Stay away from the ring if you can't box.
Well, most of people go into box hoping that, you know.
Do duck and get hit, right?
This is Simone from Port Jeff. Good morning, guys.
Morning, Simone.
I just logged on, and there's not only men only that do that. It happens. I know a family where the wife actually stepped up, not once, but twice.
Wow.
And the husband, God rest his soul, he passed away now, but he raised all kids as his.
Yeah.
So it happens.
That is man.
Like
that
twice,
is twice.
It happens, boy. Them things just happen, Dread. In real life, it's happen.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Morning. Great.
April here.
Hi, April.
So I saw my grandmother, who was married before my grandfather and had 2 kids. And then they got together, and he had kids on the outside first. Well, he had kids before her, sorry. And then they got married, and she had 3 for him, and he had Carol, Kenrick, Lynette, Sherry.
All right now. Who's that girl?
Yeah. They're Trinidad.
Right? And he made it, right, where everybody didn't have a choice, or they have to blend Indian, Negro, the mixed Spanish-looking one. Mm-hmm. Everybody had to blend, and my grandmother took care of all of them, right? And it got to the point where he used to bring a woman home, and my grandmother sleeping in the bedroom with me and mommy, and he in the next bedroom with the woman. I personally cannot take that.
That's a different level.
Generation, boy.
I'm looking to set the whole house on fire.
Oh, yes.
Right? But she was... everybody in it. We all going
Everybody
down.
going.
That one they different. She was really strong. God bless her.
Wow. God know why he takes she home early when he takes she home with cancer. Because me being me and going through that, I can't go through that. But for who could go through it, I mean, it really takes
a lot.
Yeah, it takes a lot on you to know that you're married to somebody, and this is how they claim they love you, and they're supposed to love you for life. And yes, he's there financially, but emotionally and stuff, it hurts. You understand? And I don't think I, Avril Antoine, going through that. So anybody that coming around me, nobody touch.
All right. No, listen, that is taking it to the next level. But I also think a man should not try and wear that burden on a woman as well. If you go and have 4 kids outside and you already have 3 kids inside and you want the person that you're with to take care of all the kids, I think that's a little overboard. I'm not speaking on that. I'm speaking on as a man. Mm-hmm. If that's the case and the woman accepts, you have to pick up the mantle and find a way to have the children communicate, but you can't put the burden on the children on the way. You have to know that that's your responsibility because it's your children, bro.
Blend. All right, that's what we're talking today, blending. Let's get some voice notes out. Of course, if you're just joining us, today's topic, Mars versus Venus, dealing with blending of the families.
Oh, yeah.
Good morning.
Morning.
Nah, boy, G-boy. Nah. That hard, boy, nah.
Oh, I think we were talking about you when you're bringing in a...
studying your wife. Bring a small man on.
Red flag, going to check your girl. She come outside and a piece of sponge in she head. What? I don't know. Okay.
Guys.
That was the old thing. Okay, that was from the old, right? When we're doing red flag.
Breakfast party. Hi, this is Rhonda from Newgrounds, and I want to personally touch on this because this is practically my life. I am the stepmother of my daughter. I'll say that's my child. Have been taking care of her since age of 2. And yes, she is a product of infidelity. I am her mother. I didn't look at her any other way. It takes a lot to do what I have been doing for the past how many years. She is 12 years old today. She will be graduating on Tuesday.
Nice.
And I'm her mother.
Yeah.
Her mother is MIA. They wanted a child just to prove a point that they can. because there are a lot of them out there. And words can't put into what I really want to say, but it takes a lot. And it takes God to see a child for what they are. Love a child that didn't ask to be here. It's not everyone's story, but it's mine. And I own it. And I'm proud to say the heart that I have, I wear it on my sleeve.
Congrats
Not
to you.
everybody is going to.
Yeah, not everybody. Not
in her
everybody
case,
made
it
out.
could be a little easier because the mom is MIA, she said.
Yes.
So she has responsibility of the child and full ownership, which is a good thing. It's harder if the biological mother is in the picture or biological father is in the picture and is causing an issue. So kudos to her.
And Lisa says, sometimes favoritism comes in because
always that's human nature.
It's just human nature. It's your blood and
you cannot
blood
get away from that. That is
versus,
human
like,
nature, bro.
a stepchild, and it's just human nature. As you say, you don't mean it. You want to see your children all as the same.
But you
But
cannot
Lisa
get away
says,
from that. It's human nature.
And it really takes a really strong marriage to make something like that work. Thanks, Lisa. Chris says, I gave my kids the best life possible. And as soon as they turn 18, they stopped talking to me. It's been over a year since I talked to them, but just want to say thanks to their mother for the wonderful job she did in turning them against me. But God is good, and He knows the truth.
Damn, boy,
that
Chris,
happens
boy.
a lot. That happens a lot. Parents turn the children
We're spinning
against
nails
their,
every night. Your father's a dog. Your father's a dog. Just remember, I tell you, your
I
father's
say
a
if you
dog,
say
eh?
something
want to go
plenty
there?
times
You want
enough,
to go there?
whether it's a lie
Alright, you go
told
ahead.
1,000
Tell him
times,
your father's a dog.
a lie told 1,000 times, it wouldn't be the truth, but it's what you know.
I remember
Not
when
people-
Nah, that is just too much blender for that callaloo. If you go outside and you cheat is one thing, to bring a child is something else. That happened with my cousin, and she accepted the child and they got married after. They had another child, and that child is a part of the family activities and everything. And I say she's a very strong woman, but me,
That's not for you anyway.
either for you or it ain't for you. There are no
The thing
gray
is,
areas.
that is
huh?
for you, it's not for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy, Rudy, but right out here this morning, Chini woman banging right now. Them venue ready. Long time and thing, but right now, Chini woman pumping. Them venue ready.
All right, Miguel. Thanks.
All right,
thanks for
don't know how
that.
that drop in, but okay.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
Guys, this situation is very personal to me. I personally, been through something like this with my husband. We have 2 children. I was pregnant, with my second. And
Oh, Lord, no. Mm-mm.
he came home at night. I was in the kitchen telling me I should have a seat because we need to have a conversation or whatever. My heart started racing immediately. And to make a long story short, he basically said, somebody was expecting a child for him and whatnot. And listen, my world basically flipped upside down. I remember that annoying belly pain that didn't go away for weeks, And after this child was born, and the first time I saw the child, who it was a boy, and he was splitting image of my husband.
Oh, Lord.
And I remember just breaking down, But I mean, like Jaiga said, and I made a conscious decision to stay in my marriage and, make it work. And people make mistakes and, all that forgiveness and all that jazz. And now I kind of overcame it and I've accepted the child. It was very hard. It was very, very hard. And then, I saw messages, a message on his phone from the said woman, who was very malicious with her intention, saying, she will tell his wife if he doesn't do this and if he doesn't do that and whatever. So she was fully aware that he was married as well, which made me feel some type of way. But again, woman again. But it hurt for months. It still hurts me.
Yeah.
That's life.
You can still hear the pain in her voice because it shatters a woman. Outside relationships like that. But on the reverse side of it, I always talk about this story that my friend mine, a 5-year-old girl, thinking it was his. And not until they had to do some blood work and stuff, realize that it wasn't his. Because I'm sure women do it. They go outside, they get pregnant, and they don't say nothing.
They keep quiet.
Nothing.
They keep quiet.
I can't call
hoping
this
that everything
they were blending.
I have a friend right now who's how to put this boy? a friend right now. She has a boyfriend. She recently made a baby, right? But both of them are of a darker persuasion, right? The child
is a throwback.
Red throwback. Grandfather is a
great grandfather.
Great grandfather.
Come from St. Lucia.
I'm gonna tell the story now. And the child. Real talk.
Well, you know when they ask her, she say the father is a Trinidad.
If you see the father, the child, I don't know.
Oh yes, I mean, but what about your weight? But some women is wait until
child,
9 months, eh? You're praying for that 9 months.
I know when a baby now comes, let's be fair, you know.
Just keep hoping, and everybody said, "Don't worry, the color will come in."
No, they say, "Watch your child head,
watch your child head, watch your child finger,
watch your child head."
It go come in like his ice cream. It go come in.
She will get dark, man. She will get dark.
That child ain't coming, yeah.
Happy birthday, Celine. It's not like you could go back and churn it to make it.
On dealing with certain issues and topic on this program, I can't help but agree with you totally on some of your stance. Yeah, go through. You could talk for me and you, homie. Bless.
Jessel.
I gain a little more respect for you every time this happens.
Jessel.
Lester called to say again a little respect for you.
Morning breakfast Friday. I tried that blended thing, man. It didn't work. Things really went sour. I had a 7-year-old. She had a 7-year-old, and we get together. And when she moved in, the two of them are always fighting. My 7-year-old always making a mess, crapping in the house and chewing up the furniture and things. We had to get rid of that dog, man.
Sorry, I don't do that.
Our listeners, they're not easy, you know. I started to say,
I get frightened. I said, what child you are chewing up? Start crapping everywhere, chewing up the furniture. We had to get rid of that dog, man. That is what you're doing, boy. Don't do that.
Reason. Age makes you realize that life is one big joke. Life is a magic show because everything in it is just an illusion. Love doesn't exist. It really doesn't. Because if it did, many of the situations that persons put other persons in would not have happened. So love is a fool's game, and for those who try to play it, they always lose.
Okay. Alrighty then. No, but no, listen. No, hold on. Before we cast judgment, we are not gods. Listen to this, right? I read a book recently. Well, not a full book. I was going through something. There's some people's perspective that love is really non-existent. The world is about numbers, right? And if you listen,
so sad though.
No, I'm telling you, no, there's love moments, right, Nikki? There are moments in everybody's lives where an emotion takes over your inner body and makes you move a particular way, and we call that emotion love. But life in its entirety,
it's hard.
It's about numbers because
hard.
You have an emotion that creates a time where a woman is conceived. And then you count down the time for the child, which is numbers. Then when the child borns on a particular day, and then that individual has a length of time to live, which is more numbers. And in between those numbers, you have specks of emotion, which we call love. So there's some people who really view life that way. So you ought to be kind of careful where you sit on the totem pole.
But no, there are also women who gave everything and their hearts were broken, and we heard it this morning. Hearts are broken, and some just give up on love and say, you know what, that's not for me.
And this is
that is not for me. I prefer stay single, take care of me, myself,
right,
but I will play my niece and nephew and them. I good.
So that's why I am big. I'm not big on love, but love does cover everything. What I big on is loyalty. Them is you see morals and values and them kind of things. I big on them things. I could grow to love you. But if I don't love you, because love is a process.
But you know, if you throw in science into it, many scientists say that the human physique, psyche is not built for monogamy.
It's
right?
not.
They say, and I guess being in a monogamous relationship is one of the hardest things to do out there right now because there's so much distraction. I mean, long time you used to have to tell your wife you're going by the bar and line with your boys. No, you don't need to do that. You could be in the toilet talking to your other woman. Normal.
I don't think it's difficult.
You don't think it's difficult?
I think it's your mindset and
again, your situations, how you grow up, how you respect, how mommy and daddy used to get along. All these things are part of this jigsaw puzzle called you.
It's a lot based upon you as well and how much you love yourself. You understand? That's how people saying they love, but they don't love themselves, eh?
Yeah, and the next thing too, what I was trying to say is that it comes a time when you as an individual need to tell yourself, well, you're seeing things because you know society forces you to believe that this is how you should function, but should that function be you? Like I asked somebody the other day, like I read somewhere where somebody said if doing the right thing is the right thing for you. Catch right?
Yeah.
Doing the right thing
is the right thing
for you.
Well, you know, I always go in with people do things because they feel sorry for you and then they regret it after. I believe you wouldn't live in regret, especially like if a woman plans to stay with her man and, you know, fight it out even though he went outside, he make a woman or whatever, he make a child. You're feeling sorry for the child or you're feeling sorry for the man and you take him back. I doesn't base my decisions on if I feel sorry for you or not. You know. You see, if I really want to do it,
that's the thing.
You
have
to
do
it
sorry.
like that.
Can't be about
it
sorry.
Can't be about a
So
sorry and a sorry
apart.
boy. You go live in real regret. Regret. Anytime you make a decision, you have to base it on, boy, is this best for me? Can I really handle this?
Only getting Caribana upcoming events and all this in Caribana upcoming events. All right, guys, that's it. We pull the curtains down. Gotta go.